The best-selling car in Europe right now isn't German. It's not a Volkswagen Golf, not a Mercedes, not even a Tesla. In fact, the number one spot has been claimed by something so unexpected that German executives held emergency meetings when the data came out. We're talking about a seismic shift that nobody saw coming. A vehicle that sold 247,000 units in just the first 9 months of 2025, crushing everything else. And when you see what's at number one, you'll understand why the entire European car industry is in panic mode. Because this isn't just a sales chart, it's proof that everything we thought we knew about European car buyers was completely wrong. The European car market in 2025 has delivered shocks that industry analysts are still trying to comprehend. According to data from JATO Dynamics, Dataforce, and official ACEA registration figures, the vehicles dominating sales aren't what manufacturers planned or what experts predicted. Some long-time champions have completely collapsed, others have risen from nowhere. And the number one spot? It's been claimed by something that has German manufacturers questioning their entire strategy for the next decade. Today, I'm revealing the definitive list of Europe's best-selling vehicles based on actual registration data through September 2025. If you want to understand what Europeans are actually buying versus what manufacturers want you to believe, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because these numbers expose the truth that billion-euro marketing campaigns try to hide. Starting at number 10, we have the Volkswagen T-Roc with 142,000 units sold. This is actually a disaster for VW, down 18% from last year. The T-Roc was supposed to be VW's compact SUV champion, but buyers are abandoning it en masse. Why? The 1.5 TSI engine problems we've covered before are killing its reputation. Cylinder deactivation causing excessive oil consumption, water pump failures at 30,000 kilometers, DSG transmission issues. Word has spread, and Europeans are choosing alternatives. But here's what's really interesting. The T-Roc is still number 10 despite its problems because the compact SUV segment is so massive. Even a failing product in this category outsells successful sedans and estates. That tells you everything about where the market has gone. The average T-Roc buyer is spending 31,000 euros. That's 4,000 euros more than 3 years ago for essentially the same car. Volkswagen is extracting maximum profit from declining volume. It's a strategy that's working short-term, but destroying long-term loyalty. At number 9, the Renault Clio proves small cars aren't completely dead. Yet. With 148,000 sales, it's hanging on through competitive pricing and hybrid efficiency. The E-Tech hybrid version now accounts for 68% of Clio sales. This is remarkable because the Clio hybrid starts at 23,000 euros, not exactly cheap for a small car. But with real-world fuel consumption of 3.8 litres per 100 kilometers, buyers are calculating total costs, not just purchase price. Against rising fuel costs, the math works. The Clio survives where others died because Renault kept it simple. No revolutionary technology that breaks, no overcomplicated systems, just proven hybrid tech in a reliable package. Sometimes boring is exactly what buyers want. But even the Clio is down 12% year on year. The super mini segment is shrinking as buyers either go cheaper with Dacia or stretch to compact SUVs. In 5 years, the Clio might not make this list at all. Number 8 brings us the Peugeot 208 at 156,000 units, and here's where things get interesting. The full-electric E208 accounts for 35% of sales, the highest EV percentage of any mainstream model on this list. French government incentives are driving this. The €7,000 ecological bonus makes the E208 nearly price competitive with petrol versions. But there's a catch. The incentives are ending in 2026. When they do, the E208 sales will crater. The petrol 208 continues despite the 1.2 PureTech engine disasters. Buyers either don't know or don't care about the wet timing belt failures waiting to destroy their engines at 40,000 kilometers. Peugeot's marketing is overcoming mechanical reality. For now. Average transaction price? 24,500 euros. That's premium money for a small car. But Peugeot's upmarket positioning is working. Style over substance remains a winning formula if you can pull it off. At number 7, the Tesla Model Y with 163,000 sales is the first pure EV to crack the top 10. But here's the shocking part. It's down 22% from 2024 despite price cuts. The momentum has stalled. Why? Chinese competition. The BYD Atto 3 offers 80% of Model Y capability for 60% of the price. The XPeng G6 has better build quality and actual quality control. Tesla's first mover advantage has evaporated. The Berlin gigafactory producing the Model Y for Europe has been plagued with problems, quality issues, labor disputes, production delays. German-built Teslas somehow have worse build quality than Chinese-built ones. The irony is painful, but 163,000 sales is still massive for a €45,000 vehicle. Tesla created the accessible premium EV segment and still dominates it. The question is, for how long? With Chinese brands offering better value and traditional manufacturers finally producing competitive EVs? Number 6 surprises everyone. The Opel Vauxhall Corsa with 171,000 sales. A car that many thought was dead has quietly become Stellantis' volume champion. How? By being cheap and available. Starting at €19,000, the Corsa is one of the last affordable new cars. It's not exciting, innovative, or particularly good, but it exists, it's in stock, and normal people can afford it. In 2025's market, that's enough. The full electric Corsa E is a complete failure though, just 8% of sales despite heavy marketing, range of 220 kilometers in winter, charging speed of 50 kilowatts maximum, price of €35,000. It's everything wrong with European EVs in one package. Corsa buyers are 61% fleet and rental companies. Private buyers aren't choosing it. Businesses buying the cheapest option are. It's volume without enthusiasm. Sales without satisfaction. Stellantis will take it. At number 5, the fallen king, Volkswagen Golf with 189,000 sales. For context, it used to sell 400,000 plus annually. This isn't position 5. It's a catastrophic collapse of Volkswagen's most important product. The Golf 8's digital interior disaster drove away loyal customers. No physical controls, haptic buttons that don't work, infotainment that crashes constantly. VW took everything people loved about the Golf and deleted it for progress. The mild hybrid versions are selling well, but the plug-in hybrid and electric ID.3 cannibalized sales. VW competed against itself and everyone lost. The Golf buyer who might have upgraded went to Skoda instead for better value. At €35,000 average transaction price, the Golf now costs what premium cars used to. It's still good to drive, still practical, still well built, but at that price, buyers expect perfection. The Golf isn't perfect. It's frustrating. Number 4 is where things get shocking. The Peugeot 2008 sold 201,000 units, outselling most German competitors. This is the car with the engine that destroys itself, yet it's the 4th best-selling vehicle in Europe. Marketing beats engineering. The 2008 succeeds because it looks expensive. That dramatic design, the 3D instrument cluster, the striking front end. Buyers see style and ignore the 1.2 PureTech time bomb under the bonnet. They'll discover their mistake at 40,000 kilometers when the wet timing belt disintegrates. Peugeot is extracting maximum profit before reputation catches reality. Average transaction price, €28,500. That's €6,000 more than a mechanically superior Hyundai Bayon. But the Hyundai looks boring. Style sells. Reliability doesn't. Until it does. The E2008 electric version is 22% of sales, helped by French incentives. But with 310 kilometers claimed range delivering 190 kilometers reality, these buyers will become EV haters within a year. Peugeot is destroying future EV adoption for quarterly numbers. Bronze medal goes to the Renault Captur with 218,000 sales. This is the small SUV that nobody loves, but everyone buys. It's automotive vanilla, inoffensive, forgettable, acceptable, and that's exactly what Europe wants. The Captur succeeds through aggressive pricing and massive discounts. List price, €24,000. Actual transaction, €19,500 after incentives. Renault loses money on every one but makes it up in volume. Wait, that doesn't work. They're buying market share with profits they don't have. The E-Tech hybrid dominates sales at 71%. It's not a good hybrid. Jerky clutchless transmission, poor refinement, questionable reliability, but it achieves 4.2 liters per 100 kilometers and costs thousands less than Toyota's superior system. Price beats quality every time. What's fascinating is the Captur outsells the mechanically identical Nissan Juke and Renault Arcana combined by 4-1. Same platform, same engines, same problems, different body. Buyers want this specific shape. Car buying is completely irrational. The silver medal goes to VW Tiguan with 231,000 sales, but this includes the outgoing model being dumped at massive discounts and the new generation that nobody wants. It's an accounting victory, not a market one. The new Tiguan is a disaster. VW removed physical controls completely. Everything is touch or voice. The steering wheel has no actual buttons, just haptic surfaces that activate randomly. Owners are returning cars as unusable. Forums are savage. But here's VW's genius evil. The old Tiguan was still in production through June 2025. Dealers discounted them €8,000 to clear inventory. Buyers knowingly bought the old model to avoid the new one's digital nightmare. That's how bad the new one is. Average transaction price collapsed to €34,000 from €41,000. VW destroyed margins to maintain volume leadership. They're celebrating being number 2 while hemorrhaging money on every sale. Volkswagen logic at its finest. And the number 1 best-selling vehicle in Europe is, brace yourself, the Dacia Sandero with 247,000 sales. A Romanian budget car is outselling every German premium product, every high-tech EV, every SUV. This is the earthquake the industry feared. Let that sink in. The cheapest new car you can buy is also the most popular. Starting at €13,000, the Sandero costs less than options packages on German cars. It's basic, simple, honest transportation, and it's crushing everything else. The Sandero buyer doesn't care about soft-touch plastics, digital clusters, or ambient lighting. They want 4 wheels, 5 seats, and a warranty. No pretense, no BS, no €2,000 paint options, just a car that works for a price that makes sense. The bi-fuel version that runs on LPG is 40% of sales. Fuel costs half as much as petrol. The technology is from the 1960s. It's literally ancient tech destroying cutting-edge innovation. The irony is delicious. But here's why this matters. The Sandero proves that European consumers aren't wealthy anymore. They're not choosing budget, they're forced into it. The cost of living crisis, inflation, energy prices, reality has hit. The premium car market was a bubble, and it just popped. Dacia selling 247,000 Sanderos while BMW celebrates selling 50,000 3 Series tells you everything. The European market has bifurcated completely. That's budget and ultra-luxury. The middle, where profits lived, is dead. This wasn't supposed to happen. Every manufacturer bet on premiumization, move up markets, increase margins, abandon cheap cars, but consumers didn't follow. They couldn't. Wages didn't keep up with car prices. The average new car now costs 65% of median annual income versus 40% a decade ago. The Sandero's success is forcing strategy reversals. Volkswagen is panic developing a €2,000 ID2. Stellantis is expanding Dacia-based models across all brands. Even Mercedes is discussing entry luxury, which is premium price poverty spec. But they can't compete with Dacia on price. Their cost structures are too high. UAW wages, German benefits, legacy pensions, massive R&D centers, bloated management. They need €5,000 profit per car just to break even. Dacia needs 500. The Chinese are watching this with interest. If Europeans are buying Sanderos over Golfs, imagine what they'll buy when BYD offers twice the car for the same €13,000. The Sandero isn't just number 1, it's the harbinger of disruption. These sales figures destroy every assumption about the European market. Premium isn't winning, poverty is. Technology isn't selling, simplicity is. German engineering isn't dominant, Romanian basic transport is. The implications are staggering. Manufacturers spent billions developing platforms for €50,000 plus vehicles that nobody can afford. They killed cheap cars thinking consumers would pay more. Instead, consumers just stopped buying or bought Dacias. The Sandero outselling everything isn't a fun quirk. It's a warning. European consumers are tapped out. They're choosing needs over wants, function over form, price over prestige. The premium party is over. The age of austerity motoring has begun. Traditional manufacturers have 2 choices: compete with Dacia on price, impossible with their cost structure, or cede the volume market entirely, death by irrelevance. There's no good option. They've premiumized themselves into a corner. Meanwhile, Renault, who owns Dacia, is laughing all the way to the bank. They saw this coming and positioned perfectly. Every Sandero sold is pure profit. Every competitor abandoning affordable cars is less competition. Genius or luck? Doesn't matter. They won. The 2025 sales charts isn't just numbers, it's a revolution. The Sandero beating German engineering, Japanese reliability, and American innovation proves one thing. In the end, Cheap beats everything. And that reality is blowing executive minds across Stuttgart, Munich, and Wolfsburg. Were you surprised by number 1? Are you considering a Sandero over something premium? Share your thoughts below, because this data proves the automotive world just changed forever.